Boom! We're back, baby. There's heat in the house, and there's a sexy Jets topic to talk about with a latest interview guy for the general manager position. Let's get this party started.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., your handsome, bearded host. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you find your podcast. I missed you guys yesterday. For those who missed the show, again, we're live every single day at 7:30. In case you missed it, the heat went off in the house. We're in the middle of the winter, folks. It is. I live in New York. There's a lot of snow, a lot of cold. And the heat went off, and we had to bundle up for heat. Had to call the guy to come in here and fix it, which unfortunately canceled the show. So we're back, baby. Thank goodness. And we're all warm. We're all safe. We got a family over here, for goodness sake. But I missed you guys, because every day I need my Boy Green Daily, just like you guys need it, in a different way of getting us ready to talk all things New York Jets. And we have such a talented group of people that are with us, so many talented people, way more talented than me. I'm just some boob in front of a microphone, but we've got so many talented fans. And a little bit later, we're going to share an exclusive special production from one of our very own. And we've done that a lot on this show to provide a platform for the Heps of the world and so many other talented people that have shared all their kinds of special sets of skills. So I'm looking forward to that coming up in a little bit with one of your favorite listeners, one of our emoji-ized people, giving a gift that keeps on giving and gave me a smile this morning. And I want to share that smile with many others. Before we get started, the Boy Green Emoji Contest continues through the month of December. Folks, if you're new to the show, let me explain what it means. If you gift a membership on this show, which you can do if you're watching on YouTube, you hit the money sign, go all the way down. The final option is gift channel memberships. And channel memberships are $2.99 a month per membership. And it gives the opportunity to be a supporter of the show. There's access to our Discord channel where there's all kinds of extra exclusive content. We're always talking New York Jets. It's basically a text line directly to me, so you can talk to me anytime that you want. You can ask any questions you want, and I'll answer them. And we'll bring some of that content here to the show as well. So it's access to me 24/7, and I love opening my life up to you guys. So you guys can gift out a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. And if that is unavailable, because I know people have iPhones, Androids, all these things, so sometimes that isn't available, you can always super chat instead, and that will count towards the contest. For every membership that is gifted on this channel throughout the rest of the month, you'll get a raffle ticket per membership. So per $2.99, you will get a raffle ticket to our big prize at the end of the month. We're giving away a New York Jets Hall of Famers jersey here on the show. We're giving away autographed merch. We're giving away other special stuff from my own personal New York Jets fan vault that I want to give back to you, the fans, for supporting me and meaning the world. So, guys, continue to gift as much as you like. There's no limit on that. And for the person that gifts the most, that is number one, we have a special prize for you. That is a custom emoji made by Snowball that'll be available to all our Boy Green Coffee Club members. And the current standings are here. Our number one Austrian Jet fan is number one so far in gifted channel memberships this month with 32. FL Phil 98 is at 27. MFC 22 is at 22 in third place. And then we have a massive tie for fourth place with several people in the 20-plus membership gifted category. That is Fleur Lillian Big D. That is Ed Vargas. That is Chef Kevin Gilbert and so many others. You guys can all get into the race if you'd like. Again, we still got another 2 weeks left in the month of December. With all of that being said, look at Jared B. jumping on the train, baby. We love to friggin' see it. All right, let's start a train and start raining all over everybody. Lawrence Yance, you were just gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. And let's add that up to Jared B's total. Booyah, baby. That is 3 gifted channel memberships this month. We appreciate you, Jared. You were in 3 raffle tickets, baby. And again, I've said it before, but I'll say it again because I've said it a lot. But if you watch a show, if you consume the show, you enjoy the show, I'd at least buy one Boy Green Coffee Club membership if I were you, because at least with 1 ticket, you have a chance. Now, again, as I always say, people that give more channel memberships have a better chance, but don't you want at least to have a chance when I'm reaching in that imaginary fishbowl and pulling out a name? You're like, well, it could be me. It could be. If you gift at least 1 Boy Green Coffee Club membership. So I suggest that to everybody who enjoys the gosh darn show. With all that being said, all the detours aside, and thank you, everybody, for jumping on this morning. We appreciate you. The New York Jets interviewed a very interesting candidate yesterday for the general manager position. And here's the good news for us, Jet fans. The Jets have made this an open process. Every general manager candidate they interview, they will let us know publicly that they interviewed them. That's going to be great for us content creators because we're going to be able to give you guys deep dives on all of these different candidates, which I find incredibly exciting. There's no sources say this guy, this guy, this guy. We're going to get it all laid out on the line, which I love. Thomas Dimitroff, the former Atlanta Falcons general manager, was interviewed yesterday. And folks, I think we might have a new leader in terms of who I want to be the next general manager of the New York Jets. I think it's Thomas Dimitroff. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below. Let's read the resume of Thomas Dimitroff. This is a guy that won 2 Super Bowls as a scout. He was with the New England Patriots. So he has a long-term scouting background. He started out in the World League of American Football and Canadian Football. He was born in Canada, so you got kind of the Canadian Football League action. You have the World League of American Football, which is basically NFL Europe, basically, of what that turned into. Then he jumped into scouting for NFL teams specifically, like the Chiefs, and eventually worked his way to the New England Patriots, and then he was promoted and became a director of college scouting. And that's when he got his opportunity to become the NFL general manager for the Atlanta Falcons. From 2008 to 2020, he's a long-time NFL general manager. He's a guy that's been in the seat, and he had a ton of success in that seat. Thomas, the more I read the resume, the more intrigued I am, quite frankly. The more intrigued I am by Thomas Dimitroff. Here, let's go through some of the checkpoints, okay? He took the Falcons to the Super Bowl with a team that he built. Yeah, I like that. That sounds very nice. He was able to take the Falcons to 5 consecutive winning seasons and went to the playoffs 4 times, claiming the NFC South twice. So he won the division twice, went to the playoff 4 times, had 5 consecutive winning seasons during that run. They went to the bleeping Super Bowl, people. That sounds pretty good. Oh, yeah. You know, a general manager, what's his job? To find a quarterback? His very first draft, he drafted some Boston College quarterback named Matt Ryan with the number 3 overall pick, and he's a borderline Pro Football Hall of Famer. So he drafted a quarterback. That one worked out. He also had the historic draft day trade for Julio Jones. He was back in the 20s in that draft, and he packaged a blockbuster deal, 5 draft picks to the Cleveland Browns to trade up for some guy named Julio Jones with a 6th overall pick. And Julio Jones left as the franchise leader in receptions, yardage, and is number 2 in touchdowns. 848 receptions, 12,896 yards, and number 2 in touchdown receptions. This was all with the Falcons before he was traded to the Titans, and then the rest of his career has played out. This guy's made splash moves. He's gotten the quarterback right. He's taken his team to the Super Bowl. He's won division titles. He's won playoff games. He's had winning seasons. Sign me the hell up, man. Thomas Dimitroff checks off all the boxes. Now, I just gave you all the good stuff. There's bad. Look at some of the Falcons draft picks that flamed out over his time. And that's a lot of drafts, again, from 2008 to 2020. He swung and missed. He swung and missed. There is a lot of, you can find bugaboos. Like Taylor Sterling says he likes his free agency moves, but his drafts are questionable. Hey, he got the quarterback right. He got the Julio Jones pick right. And those aren't the only 2. Those are just 2 I'm choosing to highlight. Pretty gosh darn good, I'd say. But again, he's not perfect. And by the way, no candidate the Jets will interview is this perfect sculpture that has zero flaws. Everyone's going to have bugaboos. Let's go to Dave Briga. Why hasn't he had much interest over the last 3 years? I believe he's interviewed several times. I don't have that data in front of me, but he has interviewed several times for other GM positions. And after his football career, to your point, because the last time he was in the NFL officially was 2020 with the Falcons at the end of his general managership. And then he created his own analytical company, Sumer Sports. And I actually know them because they work with my radio station. So I actually have a connection to Sumer Sports because I brought on some of their analysts to talk a variety of things on my radio shows. So I was aware of Sumer Sports, which is an analytical company. So I love the resume for all those reasons. Like I said, finding a quarterback, borderline Hall of Fame quarterback, Hall of Fame wide receiver, division title, Super Bowl, playoffs, winning seasons, all of those reasons I'm for. He has this great scouting background where he had a lot of success there. That I like. And quite frankly, the other thing I like is since he's been out of football, he's been in analytics, which is the new age. He kind of has the perfect blend. He's been in football since the 90s. So you have the history and the experience of being around since the 90s. And then he also has the present day of the analytics. And it's kind of a marriage of both sides. So I'm going to be honest. I am wooed. I am wowed. I've been swept off my feet. I think he's my new favorite to be the next general manager of the Jets. Not based on anything I'm hearing, just for me personally, my list. We're going through guys with bugaboo. Like John Robinson. Here's another guy the Jets are going to interview here this week. John Robinson refused to pay A.J. Brown, traded him to the Eagles, which Mike Vrabel, his coach at the time, did not want to do. A.J. Brown, of course, is a superstar with the Eagles, and then John Robinson gets fired. Now, there's a lot to like about John Robinson, the resume outside of that, with he never had a losing season, and he had all this winning, an AFC championship game, and the roster construction, and all that's been really good. But that bugaboo, I don't want John Robinson for that sole reason. The Jets have to pay Garrett Wilson, and we're going to bring in John Robinson, a guy who at his first stop did not pay A.J. Brown and traded him instead to come in here and save the day with Garrett. Now, maybe he learned his lesson, he'd pay Garrett, but I don't know. That kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. So John Robinson I'm not in love with, but Thomas Dimitroff, okay. He is revving my engine, baby. That's what I could say about that. It's one of those names because sometimes you pick it and you want to view negative. You're like, okay, well, what's wrong with this guy? Before you get to the positives. But boy, there's a lot to like about Thomas Dimitroff in my mind. Jimmy Jets, did he get the coach right? Well, went to the Super Bowl. That Dan Quinn guy looked pretty good in the past and looks pretty good with Washington. So, yeah, I'd say so. Also, they had Mike Smith before that. Let's go to Microfox here. I'm on board with Dimitroff, but can we get, I'm assuming he's saying Louis Riddick as assistant GM? Would he take an assistant GM job? That's good. That's a good question. That's a better question for Louis. I guess we'll try to see if we could get him on the show in the future because he does media opportunities. But I love Smooth Lou. He hasn't been in the league in 10 years, 11 years. That's when he got into ESPN. He left his gig. I think his latest or last gig was with the Eagles in 2013. So would he want to get back in the league? It's possible. Although, sometimes when you interview for a GM job and they say, hey, we're going to hire someone else, but you could be the guy right under the guy. That can sometimes be a difficult sell. But maybe Riddick wants to get back in the league. Obviously, he's going to be taking the interview with the Jets. Taylor Strong, when is Green Bean getting his interview? Well, like I said, the Jets have committed to an open process, so every candidate they interview, they will be announcing it. So I'm looking forward to the graphic of Green Bean is interviewed for the New York Jets general manager position. NY Jets have, can we bring Kyle with him too? Are you talking about Kyle Pitts? Who is ultra talented, and the Jets are going to blow up their tight end room. Maybe that's a different show we'll do in the future. Harvey says, I like him as well, Paul. You would be a great choice. Thanks, Harvey, for commenting in. Dave Brigham, please just rule out anyone associated with the Packers. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, we staying away from the Green Bay trade wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Phil, does Dimitri get along with Vrabel? So, Phil, I can't confirm this 100% myself, but I heard someone else say on social media, and the internet obviously is never wrong. They said he has a relationship with Vrabel that's good. I don't know that. I'm going to have to dig in more to confirm that because I don't know what his ties would be to him. Because, like I said, he was with the Falcons for all of Vrabel's coaching career. So, like, what connection would he have had? I don't know. But on his relationship, based on the internet, they say they're friends, basically, Phil. But good question, because that would be a ripe combination. My Holy King, better pay GW. Again, I think that's the easiest decision in the world for the next general manager to take over. And by the way, we have some exclusive content, people. I got a chance to sit down with former New York Jet, former Pro Bowler, former Super Bowl champion Jonathan Vilma. That article is currently up. It went up last night on Heavy on Jets. Got to ask Jonathan Vilma a few questions about the current state of the team, so you guys can check that out. And we talk about paying Garrett Wilson, which is an interesting conversation, so you guys can check that out at conversation, with Jonathan Vilma. But I think, again, to the point, my Holy King, commenting in here on YouTube, I think it's the easiest decision in the world for the next general manager to get whoever gets hired, and they go, and they just go up to the mic and say, Garrett Wilson locked in, and the crowd goes, goes crazy. I think it's the easiest thing in the world. Ace of Spade. No, Paul Boy Green. He's okay. I would not take him over Agnew. JD is a better drafter than him. Yeah, eventually, like I said, what I hope to do by doing this show every day as I do, as the candidates come in, that we vet them all out together. And I hope the Jets do interview Ray Agnew, because obviously there's a lot of people in his camp, Ace of Spade. So, yeah, I hope they interview him, and then we could talk about him even in more detail on the show, where we could really get into his resume. And that's what I'm hoping to do with a lot of these candidates. Phil, his hair looks a little fancy for Vrabel. Yeah, he does have, like he licked his finger and stuck it in the electrical socket. Now, I'll tell you, Boy Green back in the day. Now I wear mostly hats like every day, so you never see my lettuce up top. But I used to have spiky hair. True story. Yep, back in the day. I've had flat tops. I used to do this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing of, I don't have the picture readily available. I don't think I have it anywhere. Nope, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't believe so. When I was in like whatever lower level school I was, maybe middle school or something, my cool yearbook photo was me in a Chad Pennington jersey, spinner necklace, and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air flat top. I thought it was the coolest thing since sliced bread. I had so much swagger back in the day. So much swagger. It was terrific. But yeah, so I did, but I also had a phase of spiky hair. That's a good point. Phil, Louis Riddick hates the Jets with a passion. He does, which has been kind of weird. I don't want to rule somebody out because they hate their guts, but like the Belichick stuff, I was like, dude, you hate the Jets. I don't want any part of you. Shadow Realm. Hope this guy wants to fuel a Rodgers-Adams offense. Come on, isn't that fun? And now that they're getting more familiar, because, let's be honest, it's been a while since they've played together. I thought it would be a faster connection, like immediate, because of their knowledge of each other, but it's taken time. So many dirted passes, right, to get to we had so many incompletions had to be sacrificed to get that crazy 198-yard game. But now that they're feeling it, why wouldn't you, want to just test the waters and see what happens there? Jimmy Jets, there you go. Were they in New England at the same time? They were. So there's your connection right there. Because let me see. Well, actually, let me double check. I don't want to assume. Yeah, I could be an idiot there. That could have been the obvious connection. Yes, there you go. There's a connection. They were together in New England because Vrabel was there from 2001 to 2008, and Thomas Dimitroff. Let me pull his up here to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. Let's see. He was with the Patriots from 2002 to 2007. So his entire Patriots career was there with Vrabel. So there you go. Boom. There you go, Jimmy Jets. Nailed it. There you go. My Holy King, how much do you think Garrett Wilson is worth? It's an interesting question. The highest paid wide receiver in football is Justin Jefferson at $35 million per, and CeeDee Lamb's like right there at like 34. I don't think he's there yet, but 30, 31, 32 mil per year, somewhere in that ballpark, probably. Again, I don't think he's Justin Jefferson money yet, and maybe I'm a little too rich, but somewhere in between 28 million and 32 million per year. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm willing to overpay because I think Garrett is special. But that's kind of where I'm floating, my Holy King. Oh, Harvey, why would it be on the floor? Oh, yeah, you guys can't see. The camera only goes so low. I've got these drawers right here on these big towers. I got drawers on the towers. I thought when I was cleaning randomly one day, I thought I opened it and went, oh, look at that. There's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air picture. But it's not. It's not. Yeah, Pop is the one that has to break out the photos. That's true. Although, things are about to get pretty intense between me and my dad. We play in fantasy this week in the playoffs, the Final Four. In our Chumps League for my radio show. I survived by the skin or the hair on my chin last night. I won by 0.3 in those crazy double Monday Night Football games. I needed a miracle, and I got it to win, and now I'm playing my dad this week. The winner goes to the championship game. The loser, could be out, and there's a lot of other circumstances of why this game means even more potentially to put it all together, because we do a live fantasy draft in the next league. It's hard to explain in a very short amount of time, but yeah, me and my dad, things are going to get pretty intense there. Phil says Fresh Prince flat top haircut must have been priceless, Paul. Oh yeah. Oh, it got all the looks, baby. It got all the looks back in high school. Had a lot of swag. Dave Briga, Dimitrov had good coaches during his Falcons run. Yeah, Mike Smith was great too. Mike Smith, Dan Quinn. Yeah, he had a good crop of coaches, excuse me. Taylor, Bill was trying to take one more shot on his way out. Had no intention of coaching with us. Maybe we could get into this in a different time, but I'm still trying to figure out the motivation of the Bill Belichick nugget. So it comes out after the fact, right? Bill is already in North Carolina when the nugget from Diana Rossini comes out that Bill Belichick wanted to coach with the Jets. But how is it a shot at the Jets, Taylor? He expressed interest in the Jets, and then it didn't happen, which seems to indicate the Jets said, pack it, old man. We don't want you, which would make Belichick look bad, not the Jets. How does that make the Jets look bad? I don't understand. Because from the reporting, Bill Belichick reached out to the Jets, said, hey, man, you interested? And obviously the Jets apparently said, no, we're not, old man. See ya. And kicked him to the college world. So I interpreted it in a completely different way, which is interesting. So yeah, let me see. Let me catch up on comments. So here we go. Zoink Nation, Paul, have you ever read the Rex Ryan book? Yes, every book I display that you see on your screen, I've read. So let's go. The Catch with David Tyree. Behind him is the Super Bowl ball of David Tyree catching the ball over the New England Patriots. And while I'm not a Giants fan, I hate the Patriots almost as much as I love the Jets. So that one I've read. The Play Like You Mean It. I've probably read this book twice, so really enjoy that. Then there's let's see. We got a whole bunch of books behind me here. Okay. Over my left shoulder. Fantasy Life, that's a great Matthew Berry book. Sure, that one's good. The Rex Ryan book, I just saw you, Bad Shaw. What's the Rex Ryan book called? It's called, let me just bring it over here. Play Like You Mean It, Passion, Laughs, and Leadership in the World's Most Beautiful Game. Rex Ryan, Don Yeager. There you go. Play Like You Mean It. It's a good book. I really enjoyed it. But I got other books over here. Joe Namath book. Beyond Broadway Joe, a personal book there. Got a Bill Parcells book back here. Very nice. I got a Mark Herzlich book coming back from cancer. That's a good one, too. I got a Phil Jackson book. That was kind of a weird one. A spur of the moment. I was at the bookstore one day. And I went, yeah, sure. I'll read Phil Jackson. Sweetness, Walter Payton. That's a great book right here. Very nice. Sweetness. Figure It Out with Mike Westhoff. That one's right here. We're going to have Mike Westhoff on the show when his health situation improves. I'd love to have Mike Westhoff on. That'll probably be during the off season. I have 2 Ronda Rousey books. I know she's kind of a polarizing figure, but Ronda Rousey, I absolutely loved her in mixed martial arts. She is the whole, and I have a daughter now, which is super important to me, is that, she kickstarted and made, females in the UFC a thing. That's all Ronda Rousey's. That's a great inspiration for my daughter. So Ronda Rousey is a wonderful icon in the game. So she's on there. Brady versus Manning, that's a good one on Gary Myers. That also explains how Peyton Manning jobbed the Jets back in the late 90s. That's a nice memory. And then the Stuart Scott, Every Day I Fight. Oh, that's a tough book to read. That's a tearjerker, absolutely, for sure. That one's a tearjerker. Badshaw asked, have I ever read Four Quarters for Joe Namath? Absolutely. My dad got me an autographed copy. So, yes, that's the one piece of autographed merch I have with or from Joe Namath, which is really cool. So shout out to my dad for getting me that one. Hep says Walter Payton, an amazing runner. Oh, my God. Sweetness. I mean, yeah, all of it. Yeah. And, I'm a former running back, so I love the Barry Sanders, the Emmitt Smiths, the Walter Paytons, and then early 2000s, the LaDainian Tomlinsons. I loved Adrian Peterson. Of the Vikings. I just love running backs. They're my favorite. Jim Brown, go back way back. Jim Brown, Floyd Little. Man, I just love running backs, man. They're my favorite position in the National Football League. Micro Fox, does Mark Sanchez have a book? Not that I'm aware of. But I would get it if he had one. Yeah. Okay. Now, folks, before we get to the phone lines, okay? And also, let's get those memberships flowing, baby, so you guys can enter the raffle contest. We have a special presentation that I want you guys all to hear. We got 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. I had one of our famous Jets callers. He submitted something to me this morning that we're going to be debuting on the show for the very first time. And you guys are so friggin' talented. Yes, Badshaw, Marshall Faulk would be on my list. Running back, receiving, both. He's wonderful. Marshall Faulk would be on that list, absolutely. But this reveal just goes to show you that we have so many awesome and talented fans of the show. And it inspires me, quite frankly. It's awesome that you guys are this talented and that you're willing to put yourself out there. We had one of our famous callers and supporters of the show submit a song to me. And no, it's not Hep. There's no instruments. It's singing. And this was presented to me this morning, and we're going to debut it right now on the show. Please put your hands together as I put up his emoji. Philium sent in a custom song that he wrote about the New York Jets. Sit back and enjoy this. It's titled The Jets Song Next Year. Here we go.
Well, we're sitting here where we've been sitting before, wondering why we keep taking more. And if you know why, won't you please share the reason with me? We start every season full of anticipation, hoping it don't end in frustration, but the football gods just won't ever let us be. We are the fans of a team called the New York Jets, and being one of them leaves you full of regret, and we ain't been happy since we won frickin' Super Bowl III. We need change. Now that folks have been fired, we need change. Someone to get us inspired, and pray they'll turn it around just as quick as can be. So here's to next year, let's believe we can win. Here's to next year, start all over again. Let's keep smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year. Yeah, keep on smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year.
Philium, that was awesome, man. So cool, so custom, so friggin', again, as Johnny Boy says, hell yeah. Florida Phil is that dude. So cool. I loved it this morning when it got sent. I didn't know it was being sent to me. Philium, Hep is saying it. Shadow Realm, get it all in. BMAC even saying that's great. Absolutely loved it. That deserves none other than one of these. So friggin' cool. I love that. And again, it just shows how talented you guys are, and the Heps of the world, the FL Phil 98s, and everybody. You guys are so talented. I love that. And that will forever now be a song on our playlist here that we'll be playing at random times because it just gave me it just put it, like I said, it put a smile on my face. I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right, fine. We'll do it one more time just because I like it. Here we go. Let's do it. Jet song next year.
Well, we're sitting here where we've been sitting before, wondering why we keep taking more. And if you know why, won't you please share the reason with me? We start every season full of anticipation, hoping it don't end in frustration, but the football gods just won't ever let us be. We are the fans of a team called the New York Jets and and one of them leaves you full of regret, and we ain't been happy since we won frickin' Super Bowl III. We need change, now that folks have been fired, we need change, someone to get us inspired, and pray they'll turn it around just as quick as can be. So here's to next year, let's believe we can win. Here's to next year, start all over again. Let's keep smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year. Yeah, keep on smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year.
There it is. FL Phil 98. Philium dropping some gospel here on the show. I love that. Like I said, we're going to have to incorporate that in. That is awesome. Absolutely. A great jazzy tune, Harvey says. There's always next year, smiling. And then he hits the note, inspired. I was like, ooh, hit it now, Philium, hit it. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Wonderful job. Absolutely. Again, a round of applause to the one and only Philium. And look at that Jimmy Jets, baby, with a 5-pack gift combination. You love it. All freaking day, Jimmy Jets, and thank you to Philium for that custom song. Like I said, that'll be forever on our playlist now. Let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby, and we'll get those here in a second. Also, Jimmy Jets, you now have 5 raffle tickets, and of course, you're in the running for our emoji contest as well. We have your 5 on the board there for the contest, so let's get this party started. And you have 5 raffle tickets for our giveaway at the end of the month. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate you, pal. And much appreciated. And again, shout out to Philium. What a song, baby. What a friggin' song. There's always next year. I tell myself that every year, and I really, for some, they just kind of have to muster it up. Like, they don't really feel it. They don't truly believe, like some Jet fans don't believe that it is a next year thing, that we're forever cursed or something. But I'll tell you that for me, I actually believe every year that it's going to be our year. And I know it. And I know it's going to be our year. I can feel it. Jimmy Jets, by the way, the 5 new members to Boy Green Coffee Club are Robert McNair, DKL, Grove Pete, Darnell Townsend, Flight Boss, CVN71. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Thank you, Jimmy Jets. Keep them coming, baby. Keep the memberships flowing. Let's roll. Let's get them up for Philium. Let's go. And we'll open up the phone lines here in just a second. Let me just see if I can read any more. Dave Briga. Phil song only pertains to legit Jet fans. 100%. 100%. Love it. Yeah, Philium's emoji is awesome. It's so custom and special. Yeah, his is really cool. So shout out to Snowball. It's not easy. I would say that as a person that constantly puts himself out there, it's not easy to do that. And FL Phil 98 earlier this season wrote poetry and shared that on the show, and I thought that was super cool. And to go to this point of sharing a song that he was willing to sing and share on the show is pretty special. It's really special for us. So FL Phil 98. Thanks, BJ, and for all the kind words. No doubt about it. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan has awoken from his slumber. Here we go. That is a gifted Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Excusez-moi. Shout out to Philip Hannon. You are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club, and number one Austrian Jet fan has increased his lead to 33 gifted memberships so far this month. Just ever so behind is FL 98 at 27, followed up by MFC at 22. That is our top three on the current leaderboard, baby, for gifted channel memberships. And again, all those translate as well to raffle tickets. Beautiful. All right, without further ado, baby, let's open up the phone lines. Let's get your guys' thoughts on that wonderful FL Phil 98 song, of course. Thomas Dimitrov, perhaps other candidates we should be considering, and so much more. The phone lines are open next, thanks to another wonderful caller, the legend himself, Hep.
Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. Talking just football, man. Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Boy.
There he is, Hep, baby, singing his song. We love to hear it. Again, we got 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. That's a free way to contribute. I know it's a holiday season, and for some of you, finances may be tight, so you may not be able to gift channel memberships. No shame in that game if you're not able to, but what you can do is like the video and hit subscribe. That's a free way to contribute, and it means the world, so feel free to do that. But if you guys can, dig into your pockets to support the show. That helps keeps the light on, and apparently the heat on the house, apparently, as well, so that's well appreciated here in the middle of the winter of New York. So feel free to keep that rolling, anybody and everybody. Let's go to the phone lines. You got plenty of people that are trying to call into the show. We start off with EZ. Oh, what is this dish this morning, EZ? What do we got cooking?
Onions, ham, red bell peppers. I'm making myself a Western scramble.
Okay, what is a Western scramble? Because I just heard that it's funny that you say that.
It's a Western omelet.
Yeah,
it's a Western omelet. It's just you just scramble it and put it in a bowl, and same thing.
Okay, yeah, because I just heard I was watching Seinfeld. We've been re-watching all of it, and yeah, he went to a place and he wanted like his egg white omelet, but they didn't have it, so he went, "I'll take a Western." And then you just said a Western today. I'm like, oh wow, I've heard Western now twice in a span of 24 hours. So okay.
Some people make it different. The basics are ham, onion, and green bell pepper. I just use the red bell pepper because it's a little sweeter.
Sure.
That's all. So,
all right. Nice.
I splurged.
Hey, there you go. I love it, EC. I love it.
But that guy's song, FL Phil 98, that could be used for the Mets too.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, it could have alternate meaning.
Wait till next year.
Yeah, there could be alternate meaning.
That is absolutely the most definitive statement about the Jets, though. I mean, but let's not forget, I mean, until just past recent times, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs were like nowhere ever.
Yeah, they had a 50-year gap.
Something year. Yeah,
people forget that first Super Bowl. There was a 50-year gap. They were the Jets before, they were the Jets.
They were the Jets before the Jets.
Yeah, right.
We were just more dysfunctional.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right. They weren't so in your face about their dysfunction, I guess. And then they.
And what about the Lions?
Right.
Well, the Lions.
Yeah.
Up until like 3-4 years. Up until they hired Dan Campbell. Lions only had like maybe 5 winning seasons that I could ever remember.
Now, this is not going to hit as well because they had success in the 90s, but the Buffalo Bills had a 17-year playoff drought. They were the losers of the NFL now in the 90s.
They were that's what I understand when they say we were the worst.
Yeah.
17 years Buffalo didn't see nothing.
Which is worse than our current drought that's going on right now. Absolutely.
Well, our thing is bad right now because we actually have a team. They didn't. We had a team, and we were let down by the coaching staff. Right. And quite frankly, I loved Joe D. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for him screwing up the defensive line in the offseason, I think he would have still been on the team. If it was a matter of offense still having some issues and the defense would have still been great, Salah wouldn't have got fired. And I think we'd have been in a lot better shape. It was, I think, the biggest weak link we've had the past 3-4 years is O-line.
Yeah, Jake said we could have hired Campbell. He was in the same cycle. I don't even think the Jets interviewed Dan Campbell, to be honest with you, that cycle. I don't even believe they've interviewed him. I do believe.
Well, like I said, the biggest problem we've had the past couple of years has been the offensive line. And I never advocate for people getting fired because I've been fired, and I'm sure you've been fired. Nobody enjoys that.
Yeah.
But Keith Carter, he made people worse. How do you make people worse?
Which is sort of impressive. That he was able to do that.
How bad do you have to be to screw up 2 All-Pro offensive linemen?
That's pretty bad.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Laken Tomlinson and
Tyron Smith. Yeah.
2 of them. That's just, you can't. You almost have to try to be that bad.
That's true.
And that was, I think, the problem with the team is the blame went to the wrong people.
What do you mean?
The blame went to Robert Saleh. Now, Saleh was a little bit of a deer in the headlight, and I didn't like his bullshit coach talk all the time. But remember that first year when he was letting Ulbrich run the defense? It was pretty bad.
Oh, it was terrible.
Until he got involved, and then it was good. So he was really the OC anyway, because we've seen what's happened under Ulbrich.
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Ulbrich needs to go back to being a linebackers coach in his next. He'll probably be a linebackers coach in his next team. I don't think anyone's going to give him a DC job, not based on his performance this year.
Well, that's true, but maybe some people give him a pass for getting handed a head coaching job in the middle of the season. But we'll see.
5 fourth-quarter leads blown.
That's true. Yeah, the defense has played like trash this year. Absolute trash.
5. What's our record?
We're 4-10.
Okay, add 5 wins to that. That's 9 wins.
We're 4-11. Wait, no, we got 3 games left. Yeah, 4-10.
All right, now take 5 of those losses and make them wins.
9.
9
we're
and
in the
4,
play.
9
we're in
and
the playoffs.
5. We'd be 9 and flat. We're 9 and 5 right now.
Yeah.
Just by shutting down that last drive.
That's a good point.
Plus, the games with the 2 missed field goals, and I mean, we could be where we needed to be, but it was coaching. It was just coaching.
I agree.
Anyway.
And by the way, real quick, FL Phil 98 is the same message that you give all the time on this show, Easy. So I want to throw it up here. If you are gifted a membership, please renew if at all possible, because you guys are gifted a membership, and for the person gifting it, obviously it costs them money. But for the person that's receiving it, it's free. And you get 1 free month of testing out the waters. And then at the end of the month, you receive an email. Hey, do you want to keep this thing rolling or do you want to cancel? Yep. And you
Nobody
have that
gifted
choice.
me anything. I signed up because I like the show.
And I appreciate it.
And I want you to keep the lights on. And, you got a kid. You got 2 kids now. And at the time you had the 1 kid,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I know you have a day gig, but this is your passion. If you can make
100%.
money doing something you love, then you're not working. You're not working right now. This isn't work
not
for
at
you.
all.
This is
joy.
joy.
This is joy. And FL Phil 98 just gifted a membership, baby. So we'll see what happens. Here we go.
Obviously, I'd probably be gifting some memberships, but I'm not working today because the builders aren't building, so the dumpsters ain't flowing. So I'm home today.
Yeah, that's all right. And by the way, this membership just went to the Pussy Assassin. So thank you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much. Please re-sign at the door.
That's gotta be a Pussy Assassin's got to be a Jet fan.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I have to imagine.
Oh my God, that's
there.
just too funny.
By the way, 28 gifted memberships for FL Phil 98. We just got another membership in. Let's see what this one is. Maybe this will be the Dick Assassin. I have no idea, but Dalt has just gifted a membership.
Dick Assassin. Pussy Assassin, Dick Assassin.
Let me see if that is true. No, Ocho Nueve. No Dick Assassin on this one. I guessed incorrectly, but Ocho Nueve. Congratulations, Adult. You also have a raffle ticket there to the contest, which we appreciate as well. So beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, look at that food. Look at that. Look at that Western. Look at that Western. Look at that Clint Eastwood Western right there. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Now I got to get my, what are these? Land O'Lakes large brown eggs, man.
All right. Nice. Okay. All right. We'll check back in with you in a little bit, Easy, on your cooking progress here on the Food Channel. All right. Let's keep rolling here. We'll go to our next caller. I believe we have Hep here on the show. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul, my camera's out for some reason, but I wanted to just check in with you guys. I love Phil's song.
Yeah.
And I figured out the chords already for it.
Oh.
So I was like, So wait a minute, hold on. Is he on the line?
Let me see. Do we have FL Film 98 here? No, he's not currently on hold.
Okay, but anyway, I got the melody kind of. I don't know the words yet, but it's like don dan don dee don dan dee don don dee don don dee don don don. Oh, next year.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to send it to you, Heb.
Don don dee don dee don don bom bom dee don don dee don don dee don 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 don. More or less.
Oh yeah, beautiful, Hep. After the show, stay tuned to your email. I will definitely fire you over what FL Phil 98 sent to me, and we'll see what we can do. That'd be beautiful, Hep.
Okay, I just wanted to touch base. I got to see the Sack Exchange documentary. Did you get to see it yet?
I have not. I went to go. Apparently, there was an ESPN Plus problem yesterday. I went, perfect. I have time. I was watching the kids. I'm like, perfect. And I went, boop, boop. And it said, scan a QR code. I'm like, son of a, what the? I just want to watch the gosh darn Sack Exchange, man. And so, unfortunately, no, I have not seen it yet.
Well, it's kind of emotional. It's well, for me anyway, it was kind of bringing back my youth. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I forgot about that whole 70s not having one single winning season.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of what we're going through now.
Yeah.
And Richie Todd. Yeah.
Right.
Richie
Oh
Todd.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole mess between Gastineau and Klecko and Marty Lyons. Now you look at those guys walking. I mean, there's a reason why these guys are getting paid the money, because basically you're crippled after it's over, man.
And I am so convinced. So Joe Klecko finally got in. Blessed be he. That was one of the most awesome moments of my life, being in Canton to hear and watch Joe Klecko go into the Hall of Fame and the Jet chant that was there. I'm never going to forget those moments of being there. But I am solely convinced that the Jets not having the team success they shoulda, coulda, woulda affected the Sack Exchange and the perception of them. And those guys multiple perhaps, could have gotten into the Hall if they would have had that team success. And that seems to be, for whatever reason, this necessary ingredient for the Hall of Fame of having that success paired with it. But Hep, we have FL Phil 98 on the line. Wait a second here. Here we go.
Hey, there he is. All right, man. I'm sorry I can't see you, but you got your vocal. Are you tuned up? Your vocals?
No, what I was actually going to say is I was going to put in comments, Hep, if you're out there, feel free to add music to this. I kind of pictured it like a banjo kind of thing. So you hit exactly what I'm thinking. Please, if Paul sends it to you and you want to tune it up, please feel free.
All right, I'll give it a go.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Hep.
All right, fellas, I love you. See you later.
All right, we'll see you, Hep. Okay, look, FL Phil 98, I can tell you to your face. Oh, my goodness. So I get the surprise this morning, I get a ba-ding. I'm like, well, what the? FL Phil 98? I'm like, okay, well, what's the conversation this morning? And I saw there was a file, and I'm like, okay, let me get all in position and ready. And I played it. I was like, oh, my goodness, we got to share this with the world, man. And now that Hep's inspired to put some music on it, oh, my goodness, I think we're getting something here. I think we're getting a band together here, FL Phil 98. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't know whether he wants to figure a way to add music to my track or if he wants to re-record it himself. Either way, right. It's all good with me. I was inspired, we've talked about this before, this goes back to when Hip came out with his song and some other people. And, I did the poetry thing. Over my entire life, there's been many, many times that I was inspired to write something. And I've got songs, I got poems, I got short stories, all kinds of things. So, I even wrote a little song for Jets Worldwide.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah. But listen, I appreciate it. And, again, love the show. Appreciate you every day. I know what you bring. And I appreciate you putting it out there for me.
Damn straight, FL Phil 98. So we'll get an update from Hep on where it goes from here, baby. But that was awesome. So absolutely friggin' cool. Hey, look, we got a celebrity sighting. Jake Asman here in the chat, member for 4 months, with a shout out. Let's go. Every time we get a YouTube super shout out, we hear from my daughter Soraya Luna.
Wow.
Boy Green shines bright. Jets passion, pure insight. Ooh, okay, maybe Jake Asman's about to drop some bars here on the show. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Jakey. I love Jake. Oh, yeah, baby. Also, real quick, we got more calls to get to, but there was a question from Badshaw. Let me see if I can find it again. It was somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Paul, how much is gifting a 5-piece membership? That's $15. Yeah, $3 per. That's a $15 spot. So for those that are trying to gift channel memberships, like I said, you can either gift them or super chat them or PayPal or Venmo, whatever is easiest for you guys. You guys can do. Like I said, we will count it towards. We'll count it towards the giveaway for the end of the month. Sonny Miller here. Boy Green, do you want Rodgers back next season? Right now, yes, I want Rodgers back. I think he's currently the best option they have available at the quarterback position in 2025. But long story short, whoever is hired as a new regime, it's their decision to bring him back or not. But if they want my blessing, they want to give me a call, yes, let's do the Rodgers thing. PPG, can you interview an assistant coach or somebody on the staff now, or do you have to wait until the end of the year? Wait to the end of the year. And it's a little bit more stricter. When you're talking to coaches, at first you could do Zoom interviews, and then in a new phase of cycle, a week or two later, then you could do in-person interviews. So they drag it out, long story short. So we won't know, especially if it's a playoff coach that the Jets are after. We're not going to know the next head coach of the Jets for another month and a half. I mean, shoot, it could drag on for a long time. GM, there's none of those restrictions. So from that perspective, they shouldn't have any troubles there. Big Green, it's on Disney Plus. Damn it! I could have watched it yesterday then, because my kids are always watching the Disney Plus action. So I'll have to hop on the Stack Exchange to give you guys a full report. So I have been absolutely looking forward to that. I appreciate it. Oh, there's another member shout out, baby. Badshaw.
Wow.
Love the show, Paul. Keep doing you. Go Jets. Member for 5 months. We appreciate you, Badshaw. Thanks, brother. Yeah, handsome bastard. All right, let's go to the phone lines again. Who do we have next here? All right, we've got Johnny Boy here on the program. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Boy Green, what's going on, man? Good morning, bro.
Hey, wow. I am feeling inspired this morning.
Oh, yeah, dude. What a community, man. I mean, shout out to Phil and to Hep for both of them to be able to try to collab together and all that.
Cool.
It's like great pairing, man. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome, bro. It's like wine and cheese, baby.
Hey.
Like cheese.
I love it.
So the Stack Exchange, bro, it's really good, man. The only critique I probably would say that it should have been longer. I wish.
How long is it?
Well, it's only 55 minutes. So it's not even, so as a kid that's from Long Island, it's cool to hear them shouting out Long Island and talking about the Shea days and the whole nine in regards to that. And it was cool, man, like the way they did it. And your guy on there said it perfectly that this is gonna make you like feel bad for Gastineau and all that too as well.
Oh, Ken Rogers, the director, said that. So it's true? You do?
Yeah. You
okay.
He says some stuff up there that he's never talked about or anything in regards to it, but you could still see the turmoil between the guys in there, which is that's another point. It sucks to see that, and you could tell the Marty Lyons and Mark Beef is still there, and they're just trying to keep it cool for the lights, bro. Like if we're gonna be honest with it, but
I appreciate the honesty. That's good there.
But it's awesome. I mean, seeing that logo, that jersey, and now we have it. I really hope that this continues the season for us in the sense of at least getting these last couple wins and going, because I don't want to tank, man. I'm not about tanking. I don't like the tanking talk and stuff like that. It is what it is. Let's get for what we could get and be there. And in regards to saying that, the Dimitrov, I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yep.
That's one of the guys that I was very intrigued by because of the past and what he's done when he wasn't given a lot. I mean, you guys got to remember the Falcons were bad for a while.
That's a true point.
Taking it over and the way he built everything as well. So, the reason I say that is I'm very happy that they're actually the 33rd team is actually doing what they said they were going to do out and interviewing higher and really good guys and not just, crappy stuff. Because I tell you right now, the Louis Riddick dude, I don't want that cat, and then the other cat I don't want. I was like, are we serious? Is this what we're at right now? But surprise, nope. And they got that guy in regards to that. So that'll be because of the tandem. I keep talking about tandems, right? I want a GM and a head coach that have worked with each other in the past, that have that relationship already. And he has a relationship with Vrabel, if I'm not mistaken, and as well as Flores too.
Oh, right. I didn't think about Flores. That's a good point. I think they must have connected too in New England, probably. Yeah.
Correct. So again, it's very intriguing that that's the first one, and to kind of go from there. And the last thing, my guy Easy, man, I love Easy, bro. I really do, but not blaming Salah, bro. Come on, man, you guys ready, dude? Like, we were so unprepared going into a lot of games. Never had any halftime adjustments. After the bye week, we had no idea who we were. If we won a game, we didn't know how to win another game because we were just so hyped up off of that. So, and then the Keith Carter conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a big talk about how a lot of the veterans, right, linemen, did not like Keith Carter because of his the way he coached and all that.
Yes.
Could that have been the issue with the Lincoln Thomason and freaking Tyron Smith? Or was it just that Tyron Smith and Lincoln Thomason, their body just gave up? And that was it, So because the younger cats that they're putting in there are looking a lot better. I mean, look at the surprising stuff with Max Mitchell.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Hey, by the way, real quick, so you were right. At first I said, man, Flores missed Dimitrov because I was looking at his coaching background. But actually, I never knew this about Brian Flores till I guess you look down his career. He started out as a scout. He was like basically the right-hand man to Thomas Dimitrov for like 3 or 4 years. So they worked together. Like, it's not like, so Vrabel and Dimitrov sort of worked together in the fact that Dimitrov was a scout and Vrabel was a player. So they're both in the same building. How often did they work together? I don't know. Like Flores and Dimitrov, based on resumes, they were like in the trenches together. So that could be a pairing, to your point, of someone that you're like, oh, okay. Which again, I didn't know till just now as I was looking at it for Flores. That's really fascinating.
Yeah, man. That's what I keep talking about the tandem stuff. Because I don't want what happened with us when we had the Bucks freaking head coach when he was with us, Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles, yeah.
And all that again, where it worked for 1 year, but after that they got like tired of each other, and you could see the turmoil that in regards happened to that, So it's just, like I said again, I hope that they really are gonna take their time in regards to that, interview a crap load of people.
Yeah.
This is not anywhere anything that we should rush into, especially if we're trying to take this thing and be serious in regards to that. I mean, this is for the future of the Jets, man. And again, we have so many pieces that are in place right now, right, that we can build off and all that. I think a lot of it has to do with a good GM and good head coach, and then his coordinators, and then kind of go from there, because coaching is important. And I think that's one thing that we've forgotten, to be honest with you, man. So, but I appreciate you, man. I know you got other people and all that. I just wanted to put that up there in regards to that tandem piece of it as well. But hey, man, go watch that sack exchange, bro. It's awesome. So appreciate you, bro.
All right, thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it. And yes, Badshaw, again, I told you guys that if you can't gift channel memberships based on whatever you're doing, that there are creative other ways that you can do it. And Badshaw just did it. He just sent in via PayPal, which is at BoyGreen25, BOY, Green the color 25. You guys can also do Venmo. That is at BOY, Green the color 25, BoyGreen25. He just sent in a 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, baby. Let's go, Badshaw. You're officially in the contest, my friend. I love it. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. We got a lot of people waiting here. Up next, NY Jets FL here on the show.
Hey, Paul. Good morning.
Yeah.
Great job by Johnny. Well, first of all, great. The song is very solid for FL Phil. I think they should do a live version of it.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought Hep wanted to do when he said, "Hey, is FFL on there?" And then FFL wasn't quite ready for that live performance, but that'd be great.
That's funny. Well, maybe he can ramp up to that.
Yeah, sure.
We're all friends here, by the way. So
yeah,
maybe
right, absolutely.
Johnny made a great point, which I didn't look into Dimitrov too much, but the connection to Flores is a pretty interesting one, which is makes me even more interested in him possibly coming over. Because I'll be honest with you, well, the other person that I think maybe he can possibly bring, which is a bit of a long shot, is Kyle Shanahan. If they can.
Oh, right. I forgot Falcons. Correct. Yeah, they work together.
If there's any way that they want to, I don't think they will, but they haven't won a championship with him. He's a very, very good coach. But at some point, how many years do you run it back with the same combo and not get the results that you get? So that I mean, it's a dark horse maybe, but all the Mike Vrabel talk, he's got a 540 win percentage. Okay, he's not Vince Lombardi here. We talk about him like, oh, Mike Vrabel, he brings a culture. Yeah, he brings a culture, but 50 to me, I would rather take a chance on a Flores or Aaron Glenn. I'm willing to take my chances on them more than a 540 coach winning percentage like Vrabel. And also, Vrabel win percentage in the playoffs is 2-3. So, it's not exactly a stellar resume based on the other choices. It's the best of maybe a mediocre crop. Let's just say that, or slightly above mediocre. I'd rather take right, Paul? You're laughing, but
no, it's just funny how you said that just so bluntly. I just appreciate your candor. That's that. I'm not laughing at like, what an idiot. I'm like laughing like that's a funny way to put it. I said that's interesting, but no, that's what people have said about this coaching crop. There's been two perspectives I heard. What you just said, like, it's sort of mediocre, or it's kind of sneaky, which is basically saying the same thing, that's mediocre, but you think it's slightly, your perception of the mediocre is better. That's been the perspectives I've heard about it.
Gotcha. Oh, one more thing, a couple things. Sure. I know you got limited time. If you win in fantasy, I give you permission to call your dad a moron, because
nice.
We'll back you up on that one, okay? Even if I have to bring we have to bring 5 guys over there to.
Yeah, right, exactly. Oh my goodness, this is so. Here's the other stakes that are at play here. Okay, if my dad wins against me, so we have all these leagues. This league that we're playing in is an online league only. Like, we don't meet up or do anything. The league that we're currently in the playoffs, and me and my dad are about to face off against each other. If he wins, he punches his ticket to the live draft that we do here in New York, and he's going to fly up for the draft and be a part of it if he makes it. Which, in one said, I'm a son, right? I should probably want that, but at the same time, hell no. Sorry, Grandpa. Get to the back of the line, buddy. I'm not letting you in. So, that's it, which is interesting.
Yeah. One more thing. Aaron Rodgers has 5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions against playoff teams such as Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Minnesota, and Denver.
That's how he plays the next 2 weeks.
So, he may look great against Jacksonville, but when we lose 45-20 against the Bills, I mean, how are we going to judge him on the last 3 games? I mean, he's supposed to elevate the team. I know he was playing hurt. I know our defense is, come down a bit, but in the Pittsburgh game, we had a lead. There's so many games we could have won. And he's been solid, but I don't know, Paul. I have mixed feelings on him. He might have to come back, but I'd rather move off of him.
Hey, by the way, you've upset Jake Asman. He's currently watching the show. Jake said, Ted starting the pot with the Mike Vrabel hate, and then he followed it up with this. What should his playoff record be with Ryan fucking Tannehill, Ted? Oof, you've struck a chord with our very own Jake Asman, Jakey.
Jake, Jake, I gave you my opinion earlier on. I was on a Jake call and I got pretty heated about it, about
Oh,
Vrabel.
wow. I
But
missed it. Okay.
let's just say, Paul, I
Mhm.
stated my facts, which I didn't get to. He's got a 540 win percentage.
Yep.
I know he's got Tannehill, but he's the comp to Rodgers at this point, if you want to look at it that way. If he's going to keep Rodgers around, it's basically the same, almost the same thing. And then he had Derrick Henry, which they leaned a lot on Derrick Henry. You know, so I mean, I can win with Derrick Henry too. Give him the ball 250 times a fucking season. Sorry, Paul. And you know, you can win a lot of games with that. You can win a lot of games with that. And like I said, you know, I'd rather take a guy. I would rather take Aaron Glenn over him because he played here. He's coached with a winning culture, the Lions, and he knows the plight of the Jets fans and team. He knows everything about this. So I would give the nod to over a 540 win percentage coach like Vrabel. I would take Aaron Glenn over that any day of the week, quite honestly.
Okay.
Those are the intangibles.
Yeah.
Thanks,
of
Paul.
course. Yeah. Thank you.
Love the show, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. NY Jets FL baby, Jakey. Not pleased with the Vrabel takes, but I love it. I like different opinions on the show, baby. So bring the heat. As far as I'm concerned, I love the chutzpah. Very nice. All right, let's go. Okay, let's see what we have next. The line in the sand has been set. Terrence now to respond. Terrence, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Paul? How you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing. It's great to have you on the show, buddy. Happy holidays.
Awesome. Good to talk to you. Yes. You opened up with the FL Phil 98 song.
Mm-hmm.
Had me hype. Phil, you got to send me that song. I'm gonna remix it with a hip hop beat. See how it comes out.
Well, I will do this right now here while we're all together here, Terrence. I have just dropped you on Discord the track, so feel free to take it where you'd like. That is officially. I just sent that over to you in message. If you need it a different way, you can just let me know over Discord. So I just dropped that to you.
Awesome. Thank you. And number 2, it was all positive. Yes. I came on. I was motivated.
Yep.
And then I seen a little beef there between Jake and Ted there. So I've come to bring the peace.
Okay.
Again.
Bring it back. Bring
the peace.
Okay. Very nice.
You know, we're all hurting, man. We're all heartbroken right now.
Yeah.
Let's bring the peace. Peace, love, unity, and joy.
That's important.
That's what we bring in here.
Yes.
But just want to say, hey, guys, good to see you guys. Keep me informed on all the good stuff that's going. Like I said, I'm not good with the college football game with the names and the players. Yeah. So keep that information coming, please. Thank you so much for that. And just keep that positive energy up, fellas. Go Jets.
There he is. Terrence joining us here on the track. And now we're going to, I love it. Look at everyone coming together. Terrence like, I'm going to drop a hip hop version of FL Phil 98. Sweet. Awesome. Let's keep coming together, baby. All right, let's go to our next caller here. We'll get to everybody here before I run off to the radio station. Up next, we have B-Mac on the show. What's up, B-Mac?
Hey, Paul. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good to see you, pal.
Thanks, man. You too. Got the Walking Dead.
I still got to get into that. What's that on again? Netflix?
Yeah.
Walking Dead. All right, I got to put that one down on my sheet. I keep forgetting. Walking Dead. All right.
Yeah, it's 11 episodes.
You said there's a lot of episodes?
11.
11 episodes. That's it.
Yeah.
How many seasons?
I mean, no. Excuse me. 11 seasons.
Oh, 11 seasons. Good Lord. Yes. How long do the zombies live? Oh, okay. Don't spoil it. I guess I'll watch. But good Lord. Okay. That's quite an investment. But I wrote it down on my sheet. We'll jump in there. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to Phil 98 and shout out to Help. I think those two should do a duet.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
And then I want to get another shout out to Easy. And,
okay.
For cooking up some grub. Maybe it can be starving right now, man.
Yeah, I'm starving too. So thanks, Easy. Yeah.
Then I want to shout out to my haters, Dave and Peanut Head, for expired needs to keep coming on here and get contact and keep put myself out there. So shout out to y'all too, and for the rest of the haters who's not,
there you go,
me,
unnamed,
who's not feeling, who's not feeling the B mac and cheese. But yeah, man, I wanna, I want to call some guys out real quick.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, three siblings, big fella, Ted, just now. Who else is on an anti-Rogers?
All those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is on anti-Rogers?
Nick Shine.
Okay. There you go. Sure.
The rest of them and a few others. I'm not gonna count Peanut Head because he's anti everything. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
And, I just want to say this: if it's not Rogers, who's your best choice this year? I mean, excuse me, next season.
Yeah, if not Rogers, who's your choice? Yeah, right.
Yeah, like realistically, okay, Rogers, and then Justin Fields, Jameis Winston, maybe Sam Darnold, but likely zero chance he's coming back to the Jets.
Yeah, unlikely, I would imagine. Yeah.
Mac Jones, Derek Carr, maybe. Who else? Just a couple quarterbacks.
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Daniel
like
Jones,
gross, disgusting.
Like Rogers. Like this Let's face it, come to grip. Rogers is your best option. Now, I think there is a lot of things that have to come into play when Ruben have coming back. One, does he even wants to play football? People keep leaving that part out. I think he will play football. I think he's not going to retire. Now, a few weeks ago, before the bye week, I thought he was going to retire, but now after watching these last two games and all that stuff, I do think he will come back and play. But you never know. I mean, this guy is an enigma, and that will be on Netflix today.
Ooh, so, nice job. Very nice job there.
Yeah. So who knows what he's thinking? Who knows what he wants to do? I won't be shocked if he quits. And I kind of will be shocked if he quits. But again, he is a very unique individual. So who knows? And like you said, the new regime has to want him. There's a lot of factors, the debt money. So, at the end of the day, we can debate all we want, but it's going to come down to what the new GM and head coach wants to do.
Of course.
But if Rodgers wants to play, and he said if he wants to play, the Jets are his first choice.
Yes.
I don't know what new teams out there that will want him. Maybe San Francisco. Maybe.
Yeah, I heard Mark Schlereth, he was on the broadcast. He mentioned a name I hadn't thought of, the Cleveland Browns, because of the Deshaun Watson thing, that they could be looking for a new guy. So he mentioned Cleveland. You mentioned the Vikings as a possibility, could be in there. And would Rodgers want to go to any of these places too? Like, I don't think he's willing to play for just any random team. I think it would have to be the right team too. So yeah, the long story short, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah. So, I mean, now, what about now? People keep bringing up this debt money thing.
Yes.
If he stays at $49 million, if he leaves, that's or $63 million if he stays. If they cut him, that's like $49 million, something like that.
Correct.
But I think either way, I think the Jets cap wise might be screwed for next year. But
yeah, it's manageable. His number, he's owed $23.5 million, which isn't bad at all on the cap. So it's a super reasonable number. But to your point, if they keep him, the dead money later is going to be a lot. But so it'll be up to the Jets if they want to stomach that later. Either way, there's going to be a dead cap hit, whether he retires or doesn't play from this year, or he plays for them and then leaves after the season after that. So they can maybe rework the contract, but that's the brass tacks about it.
Yeah, and the one thing is too that if there's no Rodgers, there's no Devontae. I don't think Devontae's staying.
Probably, but I hope either way they try to keep him. But you're probably right. That's probably the most logical thing.
because Tay came to the Jets because of Rodgers.
Well, that's true, right? And Tay went to the Raiders because of Derek Carr. So yes, yeah.
And do you think Tay wants to restart with a new quarterback?
It probably depends who the question, who is the guy. To your point, we just danced through some of the names and they suck. So if Mac Jones is coming here, I don't know if Devontae Adams let me sign up for that. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, like Garner Minshew, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, all due respect to Tyrod Taylor, he's not making it a full season next year because he's going to play at least 4 or 5 games because he gets hurt.
Could be,
I mean?
yeah.
So I don't think so. Again, Rodgers is your only best option. And yes, he's not blameless for what went down this season. He deserves his little part of the pie. His piece of the pie too. But like I said, man, the last 5 of 7 games. Like five times the lead was blown in the fourth quarter, and is that true? I think like the Jets have like 5 blown leads in the fourth quarter.
That is correct. Yeah, I can't lie. That is an accurate statistic. Yes.
Yeah. So Rodgers. So that means Rodgers did his part in some of these games, and
the defense failed him. That's fair.
And then the same thing with the kicking game. So I do think and people need to stop comparing this Rodgers to prime Hall of Fame Rodgers. I think it's safe to say he's not that guy no more, and that's okay. Compare him to the rest of the guys in the league. And right now, to the rest of the guys in the league, he's still in there in league average. Top 15 to top 10ish. Top 18. Like 18th to
like an average starter. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Top 16 guy. Yeah.
So and we knew this coming in, and like he is 40, coming off an Achilles, and people said with Achilles injury, it takes 2 full years to actually recover.
So so maybe he just needs more time, and maybe we'll get a real.
I know he's old, but let's see what he does next year. Maybe next year, and we see him now when he's feeling healthy. He's getting back to what we saw as the Patriots, running around, scrambling.
Yeah.
The leading rusher with 45 rushing yards on Sunday. So I just think people need to just, to just get the guy a break. He's not Superman. He's not perfect. He's gonna miss some throws, but again, any quarterback misses throws.
Of course.
Patrick Mahomes miss a wide open guy here and there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just want to say it's just going to depend on, on what the new regime wants and what he wants to do with, if he wants to play football or not. But that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, BMAC. Appreciate you, buddy. And let's get a couple of notes in here. Shout out to BMAC. Harvey Bouchard Jr., baby, with a member shout out. A very important one, baby.
Wow.
Smash the bleeping like button, people, for the love of everything that's holy. And we've got some gifted memberships to get to, baby. You love to see it here on the channel. Sharon McLean gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Shout out to Dan Philcox, who just gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. And Sharon, you got a ticket to the dance, baby. Excellent. Thank you so much for chiming in. Let's get to another phone call here, baby. We got the legend himself, Ricky New York Live, baby. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Paul? Boy, BMAC coming in hot with the Rodgers can do no wrong take. Angling for a job on Salah's staff because we fired him. He's not here anymore. Wow. Yeah, that call was as predictable as a Nathaniel Hackett offense. I tell you.
Hey now.
At any rate, you know what? If we were going to get the Rodgers we saw this past week, yeah, I think we'd all be on board for that. But are we going to see the Rodgers that we've seen at other times this year, missing wide open guys? And I mean, I know that he's not quite my age yet, but he's catching up fast. You can tell me he was, well, yeah, but he was playing hurt this year. What's to say he doesn't get hurt again? I mean,
of course he's old, that's it.
Yeah, these are all possibilities. And as far as what was said about Keith Carter ruining Tyron and Lake. Tyron just got old. That's all there is to it.
I think so.
And Laken Tomlinson is what I call the BBP, buyer beware player. He had one really good season, Pro Bowl season, in a contract year when it was time to get paid. And those guys always make me nervous. And as it turns out, he pulled a Albert Hainsworth on us. He got the bag and then he kicked back and relaxed. So I don't like.
And look at him now.
Have a good year.
I'd give a salute to Lake. I just want to pull up his analytics. While he has some bad here, he has 5 penalties on the season. He's allowed 6 sacks, which is near the bottom of guards. But some of the analytics of how he's done as a pass blocker and his overall grade on PFF has been pretty good. And he's a starting guard right now for the Seahawks. So salute. But that was one of our worst free agent signings ever.
Yeah, and then I got to get to some more on Ted's call because that take the Vrabel take of he had Derrick Henry is that is a lazy analysis because it wasn't Derrick Henry, it was AJ Brown that really made the difference there, and you can see how his win percentage changed with AJ Brown and without it. And I went over all of his stats with Nick Ferria one day. AJ Brown's a top 3 receiver in this league. But he doesn't like Vrabel, but then he's going to add support for Flores. Well, what was Flores's playoff wins when he was in Miami, Ted? Well,
here's this. So on Flores, I'm glad because I want to bring up the stats. So he craps all over Mike Vrabel's winning percentage. Here is Brian Flores' winning percentage as a head coach, 490. He is 1 game under 500 as a head coach in the National Football League. He was a head coach for 3 years at the Dolphins. So I love people, again, coming on the show and spreading their takes, whether it's pro or con or for this guy or that guy or the other. But on Flores, a guy that he's championing, 24-25 as a head coach in the NFL. That's worse than Vrabel. So
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And not to mention his people skills are very lacking.
That scares me. That scares me.
Now, what scares me? Did I hear you correctly earlier that we were actually going to interview the idiot that traded away AJ Brown? Did you say that?
Yes. Unfortunately, he's on the list. He has not been interviewed yet. So what the Jets have said is they will have an open process. So every person, there will be no hidden stuff. Every person they interview, they will then put out a press release saying, we have completed the interview with Ricky New York. We've completed the interview with this guy.
Right.
And so far, the first one and only one so far is Thomas Dimitrioff. But what's supposed to happen this week is John Robinson, who is the idiot that traded away AJ Brown. That is correct. Yes.
Idiot's the perfect word too. We need a moron shirt for that guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully that's just for appearances. Hopefully that's just due diligence.
Correct.
Because that I would not be for at all. I'm still gonna stay firm on my Agnew / Aaron Glenn train. I think that's the way for us to be going. And by the way, just a quick side note. This doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers gave back all that money. Well, this weekend, this coach of Florida State, and he's not a player that made tons of money. He's a coach. The coach gave back $4 million of his own salary to the program to help the program.
What, Mike Norvell?
So, yes, Mike Norvell.
Wow. I didn't hear about that story.
Yeah. Okay. I just heard it last night. So, that's pretty awesome. So kudos to the coach, and hopefully some good stuff moving forward with that. But you know what? I'm ready to see. Yeah, I'm ready to see this coaching GM search heat up and get some good candidates in here and get this thing turned around coming out the other side.
No doubt about it. Ricky, thanks for the call, and I always love the heat from everybody. What a passionate show today. This is a historic show. We're not going to forget this show for a long time. Thanks, everybody, again for tuning in. And, hey, just for giggles, one more time, let's play this.
Well, we're sitting here where we've been sitting before, wondering why we keep taking more. And if you know why, won't you please share the reason with me? We start every season full of anticipation, hoping it don't end in frustration, but the football gods just won't ever let us be. We are the fans of a team called the New York Jets, and being one of them leaves you full of regret, and we ain't been happy since we won frickin' Super Bowl III. We need change. Now that folks have been fired, we need change. Someone to get us inspired, and pray they'll turn it around just as quick as can be. So here's to next year, let's believe we can win. Here's to next year, start all over again. Let's keep smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year. Yeah, keep on smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year.
All right, everybody, we'll be back at 3 o'clock for another show. It'll be myself and James Woody. Hopefully you guys can join us then. Like the video, hit subscribe, spread the gospel. That is Boy Green Daily. We'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks as always for tuning in. A super fun show. Thanks, everybody. God bless. We'll see you. Take care.